Hello, and welcome to what most likely will be the first or the second one of these little interludes. I still haven't decided yet as a filming. Um, so the to give a bit of a context, what we're doing here, this is an opportunity for you, Jan, to sort of break out any backstory you would want to express with regards to Vroondomon. He is one of the. I think he's one of the characters we've the least explored in both of our campaigns. Whether so anything. This is going to go on a while if you wish. It's going to be a conversation between. So this is going to be a dream, and it is specifically happening after Finthraza's threats and the night before, well, the night before you enter the tomb, basically. So any knowledge that you might have, it would be there. But in dream sequences, of course, this is going to happen much earlier in your life. It's going to be a scene from your past. But because it's a dream, there are things that you know. There are things that past and future can mix. Let's put it that way. Dream rules apply, which is you're going to be in company of somebody you trust, somebody who you are open to share your knowledge, your past, maybe even some secrets. That is up to you. And if there are any things that sort of go a bit bizarrely or whatever, and if I just say you just move on, you will just move on. Of course, you move on in the dream. You will then remember the dream clearly, crystal clearly, as if it had actually happened on when you awake, and you are free to discuss dissect, and divulge any information that comes through this conversation with the other characters in game. All right.
Right.
Any questions before we start in?
I mean,
I'll be
no.
asking the questions. Fair. Okay. Okay, let's start then. You find yourself Vroondomon. Maybe a year back now. You find yourself dreaming of Port Nyanzaru. You are sitting on the docks, looking up in the sort of the sunset, listening to the creaking of the wooden ships, the calls of the merchants and fishmongers, looking towards one ship in particular, the Silver Wind. Specifically this ship, because you know that the next morning it will sail you away from Port Nyanzaru, away from these comfortable shores, to a cold place, to a city that you've only heard rumors about, or even maybe legends about, the city of Waterdeep. You are brought on for a specific task which you are pondering in your mind, repeating yourself the different things that you've been told that you will be doing and your task and whatnot. When sort of plomping onto the crate next to you, a young man. He is most likely in his mid-20s, strong build, which he likes to show off. Basically, he's shirtless, if but for a sort of brightly colored vest, sort of tan trousers, a large white smile as he comes to you, and he has with him a large jug, sort of an earthenware jug, above his shoulder, as he comes up to you and says, "Well then, my friend." Thinking about the future.
Uh,
You seem
yes.
lost in thought.
Uh, It's a. It is strange to leave this place behind. Though I, on one hand, do it gladly. I've called it home for a long time.
Indeed, us both. And he sort of brings out this sort of a pair of wooden bowls, and one that sort of seems almost minuscule in your large hands. But he pours you a sort of a thick brown liquid to your sense of smell. You recognize it instantly. This is the thick, almost medicinal, acrid smell of tej.
Right.
A drink that, well, you've gotten used to these past couple of months here, and sort of alleviates the wet heat of the jungle by something a bit more warm on the inside, the equilibrium in a sense. And he says, "Well, let us drink then to home." Hmm?
Yeah, and he sort of like grabs the cup with like his trunk and just goes. Whoop.
Careful, you do not want to start with your sea legs too quickly, huh?
Mm. Don't worry. I remember the last time I tried to drink Tash through my trunk. That was not a good idea.
Hey, on a to be fair, we that was a bet, and you honored it quite well.
Yes.
For
Well,
glory, huh?
yes.
Uh,
Ah,
but I have to ask though, before you leave, I might never get a chance. But you call this home, but this was not always home, was it?
no. No, it was not.
What was it that I heard? Mother of Mists?
That is what you call it in your tongue, yes. Matawan Kiman? It means the same.
I have never been there.
Then I pray that you one day get to see it. It's quite beautiful.
Tell me.
Uh, well, for one, the buildings are quite large, but then again, so
So
are
are
my
you.
people.
Yes, of course.
But it's it is less no, it is less like Port Nianzaro. It's more one with the jungle around it. The trees are among the buildings. There's, but then again, I hear that's in Waterdeep. It is even worse. Nature only in restricted areas.
People do not see the jungle the same way as you and I.
Hmm.
So you have no walls between you and the forest.
We have oceans around the islands. It is the walls would not help much. We are the walls.
And yet you and your fellows, you decide to leave this paradise for our infested, or necrotic infested jungles.
Mm.
Why?
The Mother of Mists cannot just exist on its own. In Shara, we still need things from outside. And Port Munzaro is the closest city that we can trade with.
And so you trade the burdens on your back for goods and services.
Mhm.
And yet, I have known you for a while now, and I know that the term luck beast
Mm.
is, well, all too common and degrading for those of your kind. But
Oh, yes.
why this? Why play the pack animal?
It's a good question. It goes back a long time. I think, in a sense, they do not wish the hungry eyes of Omnian settlers or other invaders to look too greedily towards us.
But I sure they have.
Oh, I'm sure they have, but when they come, they do not always see everything that we have.
He sort of refills your bowl as he sort of nods and these Omnians, they have come, they have taken much.
Mm.
But I figure they do not too often see what is right in front of them. Yeah. And so now
They,
you are. Now that the Omnians are gone, replaced by the fist, and he sort of shakes it, sort of shakes this sort of um, in a mocking sort of fashion. He goes, and now you, of all of us, have been chosen to go and liberate our people from the protection
mm,
of the the flaming fist.
I am just a servant to the city, and I am merely a accompaniment for Obaya.
Oh, my friend, you know that is not true. If you were trying to make me choke on my tej, then you were doing well. No. Why you? Any other. If it were just for accompaniment and for stature and size, they could have taken Fennec. Huh? Big man. At least he looks human. Huh? No, why you? Why are you on that ship tomorrow?
I think to really bring home the distance that we traveled. And I think she trusts me.
Well, that is good. You have known her for long, Obaya.
Oh, not that long, I suppose. But I realized that length of time is relative. Or
You went into the
how old are you again?
old enough to know that I'm no longer young, and young enough to know that I'm not yet old.
Yes. Well, I am 69 years old. Time is relative.
So then, grandfather, what can you tell me about the past?
Ah,
So that it might
well,
inspire my future.
in the city of Shara, I served as a guard initially, a fitik, as many do when they are young, you know, in their 30s. And I obeyed my parents, as is custom, as everyone should. And ah, I I felt trapped. I needed to I needed to go out, see the world. I never imagined that it would go as far as it will tomorrow. But
Well, this is where your footsteps had led you.
yes, and who knows where else? Perhaps an early grave in Waterdeep.
I do not see that in your future. You are too large, too glorious to die away from your land. No, no, no. And I will drink to that, and I will make you a bet on that.
You,
You will not die in a cold land afar from here. No, 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 no. Your
I,
glory will be here.
I will return to die here then.
You know that is not what I said. Huh?
Perhaps in a deep, dark dungeon.
Oh, I do not believe there is any dungeon that would hold you, my friend.
Is that another comment about my size?
If you wish. No, I would say trust the path that has brought you here.
Mm,
Every step has brought you skills, has brought you knowledge in your old age.
oh, I am not old.
No, but you keep referring to yourself as such, and therefore I will acknowledge.
I am old
Old
compared to
man.
you.
I have seen my share of things in my short life.
Mm,
I have seen the
uh,
beasts in the jungle. I have seen them rend men in two. I have seen men rend them in two.
Yes. And again, after having been rent into.
And yet, of all the things that I have seen, miraculous, strange, and miserable, we find ourselves here sitting on the docks, looking to the horizon, with a bowl of tej in each in our hands, and celebrating what has come, what has passed, and what is.
Well, should I return from my travels, then we will again meet here for another bowl of tej.
I would think
Well,
so.
though I suppose shouldn't wait too long.
No, do not wait too long. Though I guess that should should you wait and come back late, and my limbs be weak, my hair gray, and my teeth missing, I believe my taste for this will not avail.
Mm, no, no, I think it would.
No,
Mm,
but I do not see myself getting old. Not yet. Time will have to wait
uh,
for me to decide.
my grandfather lived to a ripe age of 460.
That is too long.
All is relative.
Too long. Oh well. I would expect that time is made better with companionship and moments like these.
Yes, I would hope that I will also still manage to make friends across the ocean.
Well, maybe so. You are a charismatic boy. But again, I must ask, if you were chosen by Obaya, you could have said no. Why
Hmm,
did you say yes? Why is it upon your shoulders that this responsibility must bear?
I think because I saw a level of acknowledgement and of respect that I have not seen very often in the eyes of people with power. And she is well known, well traveled, and now, after all this time, I will travel with her.
So you do this for power? You do this for liberation, acknowledgement?
I do this for acknowledgement, I think, yes.
You go there for. You will be scrutinized, analyzed, used in every way. But surely your people have diplomats. Your people have politicians that could do. Wordsmiths that could do so much better than you.
Hmm,
Because
my
I have
people,
seen you tongue tied.
My people are very good with words to keep the status quo. They do not, Loxodon, we do not like to stir things up.
And yet, when you walk through the crowd, you stir things up. You
Yes.
take space.
Well, I do not quite agree with the reclusive um, path that my people have chosen.
You are one to make waves.
Hmm, yes. Yes, I would like to make some waves.
Well, then,
Perhaps my father and mother will not take that ingratitude, but when I return to them, I hope to have perhaps not made them proud, but make them see that there is a different way as well.
so what you are telling me is that you are just going through your adolescence rebellious phase. Is that it?
Hmm, perhaps. So that's that was more. You should have seen me when I was 50.
Oh, this I need to hear.
I was a handful, or so my parents would keep telling me. Yes, I may have knocked over a pillar in a temple once. Was by mistake.
Oh, by mistake. Of course, by mistake.
It was in the way and should not have been there, obviously.
It moved in the way. This. How dare this pillar put itself in your path, hmm?
Mm,
I'm sure it moved to block your passage.
exactly.
And how much of palm wine had influenced this, hmm?
I I do not
Of course not, yes.
barrel.
Yes, absolutely, yes, absolutely. There was no palm wine involved, absolutely.
Not a barrel either.
I will miss these moments, my friend.
Mm, yes, me too. Um, I hope that. Well, I do not hope that I will return very soon. But when I do, we should see.
Those wandering feet of yours.
Ah, yes. Well calloused.
Wow. And how. So there is excitement yet.
Mm.
Apprehension. But going into something new, a danger that you have not yet met.
I mean, there's so many things out there. I I will get to see when we sail out. I might get to see the dragon turtle.
Oh, you will. I've been sitting up here watching the bay. Every ship, he is there. That plume of mist coming up from an occasion, a ship disappearing in the harbor. He's there. He's always there watching.
Well, for once, maybe I get to watch back. And hopefully survive. But I
Oh,
think
I
one
am.
day I will take care of that.
Watch your step.
Hmm.
Trust your step.
Well,
Trust that every step you have taken till now will lead you to the next one. Your old age has served you well until now. And I am sure that that knowledge will help. That confidence will help.
thank you for your kind words.
I just want to see my drinking friend again. And
Well,
then when you will come back, you will tell me of these cold places where trees are not found among buildings.
and I will bring back a barrel of whatever they drink instead of Tej.
Well, should you not find it to your liking, keep the jug.
Hmm.
Maybe it will help with your sea legs.
I'm sure I'll find a jug at some point.
I am sure about this. There's a you hear the sort of the clump of the jug sitting heavily onto the onto the crate he's sitting on, and as he hops off, and he says, "Well, my night duties await. I have a I I have my own expedition to participate
Hmm.
tomorrow.
Where does it take you?
Kir Sabal.
Hmm. Well, may the hosts be um, kind to you and the weather not too harsh for them. And
Oh, I am paid whether we go to Kir Sabal or not. So if the weather scares away these white boys, these pale ones, then I am paid either way. So the jungle may throw the worst at us. If they turn back, I'm good.
well, as long as you also make it.
That is my intent. Take care, Vroondomon. And
You too.
remember to. Well, I've spoken enough.
Hmm.
Goodbye, my friend.
I try to always remember. Yes.
Yes, of course. And he sort of taps again. Yes, of course. As he sort of leaves the as he leaves the scene, you you stay a moment more in the ambience of the as you're watching the sort of dying light and the stars come out. These stars that you know will change as you try to remember them in your keep them in your mind, and knowing very well that the moment you board that ship, for the weeks that you will be at sea, something as stable and eternal as the stars will change. You are awoken. A firm hand sort of shaking you at the shoulder. You can see our December sort of whispering in your head, hey, buddy, your watch now. Nothing's happening.
Very well.
The fire, you see, has grown dim, but Heinrich is still there writing at his notebooks. The others, their snore are sort of lightly mixing with the sounds of the night jungle, and you have a moment of reflection. Femi never drank with you that night. He'd been killed 2 days before in a tavern brawl. Flirted with a wrong adventurer. But nonetheless, it was time for your watch. The next morning, you know you're going into the tomb. And as you look up through the open, crumbled ceiling of this building that you found in Lost Omu, you can see the stars again. And you're reminding yourself that, well, where you're going, once more the stars will change, Yunnan.
Mm-hmm. See the stars for quite a while.
And on that note, let's end it there.
Mm. Right.
How was that?
That was fun. Thank you.
You're very welcome.